Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss linear programming problem by using graphical method. The PDF of this lecture you can get it from ERP. So let's start. First I will discuss some important terms. So first term is decision variable. What is decision variable? Decision variable are the variables which are going to affect the objective function. Next is the objective function. Objective function is a function which gives the minimization of the cost or the maximization of the profit. Constraint. For example, there is a limitation on certain parameters. If you consider the working hours of a machine of a manufacturing industry, there is a limitations. There is a limitation on machining capacity. There is a limitation on the supply. There is a limitation on the requirement. So these limitations will come under the set of constraints. So that we have to consider. Next is the feasible solution. Feasible solution is the solution which satisfies all the set of constraints. And last one is the optimum solution. Optimum solution is the solution which gives the maximum profit or the minimum cost. So these terms we can see in more detail with respect to one example. So let's see the example and that we will solve it by using graphical method. So here is the numerical. This is the format of the LPP problem, in which first we have to write what is our objective. Our objective is to maximize the total profit. And what is next is the objective function. So this is the objective function, that is z is equal to 80x plus 120y. But here there are two variables x and y. These x and y are the decision variables, and I already told you decision variable are going to affect the objective functions. So for example, when manufacturing industry is producing two components, let's say those two components are x and y, and those two components will decide the profit of the manufacturing industry. So that's why that will become our objective function, and that after converting into a mathematical model, that we will have the objective function as z is equal to 80x plus 120y. But while attaining this maximization of the total profit, there are certain constraints, and that we have to consider. So those constraints are listed here. First is x plus y less than or equal to 9, that is about the production capacity constraint. X is greater than or equal to 2, y is greater than or equal to 3, that is about the supply constraint. Next is 20x plus 50y less than or equal to 360, that is machining hour constraint. And by default one constraint is always there for the decision variable, that decision variables are always non-negative constraints. That means these are always positive values, because for example, I already told you, if the manufacturing industry is producing two components x and y, so components produced are always positive, those are never be negative. So for that reason, the decision variables are always non-negative constraints. So here is print mistake. Here they have written x1 comma x2, but it is actually x comma y. And here see, here is the solution of this numerical. But now we are going to see how we can get this solution with graphical method. So let's start with the numerical. So this is the question: maximization of the objective function, that is z is equal to 80x plus 120y, and these are set of constraints. So see here, one important thing for the objective function and the set of constraints, that these are always a linear functions. Those are never be non-linear functions. Now, in set of constraints, you can see there are inequality signs like less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. So first step in the graphical method is that we have to convert this inequality sign into the equality sign. So to do this, I have taken all the constraints one by one. So let's see constraint 1. Constraint 1 is given as x plus y less than or equal to 9, but I have converted into the equality sign as x plus y is equal to 9. And remember, very important, we have to simplify this constraint 1 in such a way that on the left hand side it should be always 1, and on the right hand side, whatever after simplification it will come, that we have to keep as it is, because there is certain meaning for this numerator term and for this denominator term, that I will explain. But remember, first step we have to convert the inequality sign into the equality sign. So similarly I did it for constraint 2, for constraint 3. Same for constraint 4 also, that is 20x plus 50y is equal to 360. But I already told you we have to simplify these constraints in such a way that left hand side should be always 1. So after simplification I got the equation x by 18 plus y by 7.2, this is 7.2, is equal to 1. So after converting the set of constraints into the equality sign, we have to plot a graph. So this is our graph, and we know for graph there is always two axes, one is x-axis and other is y-axis. And in this graphical method we have to decide one decision variable on the x-axis and one decision variable on the y-axis. Okay, so we have to plot a graph. So let's consider the constraint 1. See, the constraint 1 is x plus y less than or equal to 9. But after simplification, we have got the equation as x by 9 plus y by 9 is equal to 1. And I already told you there is a certain meaning to this particular equation, that I will tell you now. The denominator term, that is 9 in this case, this 9 will represent the coordinates of the respective axis. So for this constraint 1, the coordinate of x is 9 and coordinate of y is also 9. So by taking these 2 points in the graphical page, we can draw a line, and that line I will represent as a 1. And for this line I have given 2 arrow marks on extreme sides, and this represents the constraints which is given in the question, that is, it is given less than or equal to 9. That means we have to consider the lower portion of this particular line, not the upward portion. This portion we have to ignore, and this lower portion we have to consider. So this is for constraint 1. So similarly we have to do it for constraint 2. Constraint 2 is given as x is equal to x greater than or equal to 2, but we have to draw a line of x is equal to 2. That means this is the line that I have shown here, and we have to consider which area. As in question it is given greater than or equal to, that means we have to consider this area, not this area. This we have to ignore this area. So similarly we can draw the lines for the constraint 3. So this is the line of constraint 3 here, and we have to consider which area, upward portion of this particular line, because they are given greater than or equal to sign, and lower portion we have to ignore. I will explain why I am saying this after drawing the lines of for all the constraints. So let's see here. For the constraint 4, I have drawn the line here by taking the coordinates x. For x it is 18 and for y it is 7.2. So with these 2 points I will draw a line and I will say that is constraint 4. So which portion we have to consider for this constraint 4? Here you see, here they are given less than or equal to sign, therefore we have to consider the downward portion of this line. Now you observe this, after drawing all the 4 constraints, we should look for the common region for this all the 4 constraints, and that common region will give us the feasible solution. And for this question, this is the common feasible solution, that is I have shown here with hatching lines, and the region is A, B, C, D. So this portion is our feasible solution. That means whatever the points you will take in this particular feasible region, these all points will satisfy all the set of constraints. So that's why this is the feasible region. But out of which there is only one point that will give us the optimum solution. And for this numerical, we have to get the maximum total profit. Therefore, whichever the point in this feasible solution will give the maximum profit, that is our optimum solution. So for that reason, what we have to do, we have to always compute the corner points. That means we have to get the coordinates of corner points. So for this case, I have got the coordinates of point A as 3, 6, coordinates of point D as 2 and 6.4, similarly for point C and B. But one question is that how we can get these coordinates? Suppose if we are going to have the graphical phase, so directly by looking we can get the coordinates. But in this case, I am not having the graphical phase, I am using the plain paper. So in that case, what we have to do, we have to consider a point. For example, this is point A, but this point A is on constraint 1 and the similar point A is on constraint 4. And we are going to have the equation for constraint 1 as x plus y is equal to 9, and for constraint 4 that is 20x plus 50y is equal to 360. So by solving these two equations in calculator, we will get the value of x and y as 3 and 6. And similarly, we can get the coordinates of all the corner points by solving the equations in the calculator. So here I am going to have the coordinates of all these 4 corner points. So after getting the coordinates of all the corner points, what we have to do, we have to find the objective function for all the corner points, and we have to select one point which shows or which gives the maximum profit, and that is our optimum solution. So see, for example, I will take the point A. For point A, the coordinates are 3 and 6. That means the value of x is 3, value of y is 6. And what in question they have given the objective function z is equal to 80x plus 120y. So after substituting the value of x and y, I will get z as 960. But this we have to do it for all the corner points. See, I will show it here. This is the objective function z for all the 4 corner points. So for point A, I already told you how we have calculated, and we have got the value 960. For point B, we will get 840. For point C, we will get 520. And for point D, we will get 928. So out of these, only one value will give the maximum value, that is 960. Therefore, our optimum solution we will get at which point? Point A, at which we have to produce how many components of x and y? we have to produce the components of x as 3 and components of y as 6, and after having or after getting at point A will tell us that we have to produce 3 components of x and 6 components of y in order to have the maximum profit, and this is our solution. So in this way we have to solve the LPP problem by using graphical method. But now I'm going to take one more numerical on this graphical method to get more clear idea about this. So for that I will solve one unsolved numerical, and I will take the unsolved numerical from the same book. Okay, so let's take a numerical. Question number 11 we will take, and let's solve this question now. Yeah, here is the question number 1. They have given the question as maximize the objective function z equal to 2x plus 3y subjected to constraints x plus y less than or equal to 1, 3x plus y less than or equal to 4, and by default, as I already told you, decision variables are always positive, that is x and y greater than or equal to 0. So let's solve this numerical. So here I have taken the same numerical, and what is the first step in graphical method? Yes, yeah, the first step in the graphical method is converting the inequality sign into the equality sign. So I did it here. See, for constraint 1 it is x plus y is equal to 1, but as I already told you, on the left hand side we have to keep 1. So after simplification we will have x by 1 plus y by 1 is equal to 1. Do it for constraint 2, that is 3x plus y is equal to 4, and after simplification we will have x by 1.33 plus y by 4 is equal to 1. So after converting the inequality into the equality sign, we have to plot a graph. So let's see the graph. I have taken 2 points on the x-axis, that's 1 and 4, and 1, and similarly I have taken 2 points on the y-axis. First I will draw a line of constraint 1, and then I will draw a line of constraint 2. So this is the line of constraint 1. See here, it is by this constraint 1 it is giving 1 as the coordinate for x, and similarly 1 is the coordinate for y. So for this constraint 1 I have drawn the line, and which area we have to consider, either upward or downward area we have to consider, but that will depend on the inequality sign. And for this question they have given less than or equal to sign, therefore we have to consider the downward portion of this particular line. So similarly we are going to draw the line for the constraint 2. See here, so this is the line for constraint 2, but again we have to consider the lower portion of this particular line, as they have given the less than or equal to inequality. So for that reason we are going to consider the downward portion. Now we have to find the common feasible solution, and for these two lines the common solution is represented by OAB. I hope you are able to see this. I have shown by hatching lines, and this is our common feasible region, and from which we will get the optimum solution. So let's see how we can get the optimum solution. first what we have to do, we have to get the coordinates of the all the corner points. So the coordinates of point O is 0 0 for coordinates of point A as 0 1 and coordinates of point B as 1 0. So after having the objective function or objective function value for all these three corner points, we will get as 0, 3 and 2, but in which one value is maximum, that is 3. So therefore our optimum solution that we will get is at point A, and this will tell us we have to produce only one component of y in order to have the maximum profit. So the correct answer is the objective function will become maximum at point A for the value of y is equal to 1 and x is equal to 0. I hope you have understood how to solve the LPP problem by using graphical method. So you also try it in your home, and if you find any difficulty while solving, then you can free to contact me. Okay, thank you.